And CBS News has confirmed activists are planning local demonstrations against the FBI this weekend. And this comes after agents executed a search warrant at former President Trump's Florida estate on Monday. Now, CBS News has learned the investigation is linked to Trump's handling of classified records. Since then, some pro-Trump media figures have been engaging in extremist rhetoric, similar to what was seen in the days leading up to the January 6th attack on the Capitol. Now, several online posts even call for civil war against the federal government and the Democratic Party. For more on this, let's bring in Katie McCarthy. She's an investigative researcher at the Anti-Defamation League Center on Extremism. Katie, thanks for joining us. Trump's former chief strategist, Steve Bannon, and others are perpetuating this theory that the FBI search of Mar-a-Lago means war. How concerned are you about this type of rhetoric?
I'm incredibly concerned. It feels like how, the environment was in the lead up to January 6th. I mean, we've seen these calls for civil war percolate in the past, but now they're escalating. We're starting to see public officials, people on Fox News, folks like Steve Bannon and Marjorie Taylor Greene echo these calls. And it's incredibly concerning. January 6th showed that we can't ignore these sorts of calls for violence online. And unfortunately, it's something, these individuals are fanning the flames, and it's probably only going to get worse.
Is this the type of language that could potentially incite another extremist incident like the insurrection?
It could. When you have individuals, with power who have huge followings, who are actively trying to undermine an FBI investigation, who are criticizing the FBI and the Department of Justice instead of just simply letting this investigation run its course, that's a problem. They are fueling the narratives that motivate people to take action, to engage in violence, that fuel extremism. And it's very possible that we could unfortunately see people view this raid as a call to arms.
Well, Attorney General Merrick Garland, he spoke on Thursday for the first time since the Mar-a-Lago search on Monday. And he said he will, quote, not stand by silently while the integrity of the FBI and Justice Department is unfairly attacked. Is this a good move to unseal the search warrant right now?
I mean, it is important for the government to be transparent and to allow the public to understand why the search warrant was carried out. But unfortunately, it's one of those things that for those on the far right, it's not going to make a difference. The narrative's already been set. They believe that this raid was carried out in order to prevent Trump from running again for office in 2024. They believe that that's the ultimate goal of the Democratic Party and that the DOJ is being used to accomplish this goal. The narrative's already been set amongst the right. They're already claiming that the FBI planted evidence during the raid. So what they're doing is trying to lay the groundwork so that whatever evidence was gathered during this raid, and if in the future Trump were to be charged criminally in connection with this investigation, they can come out and say that Trump was being framed and that he's innocent and that it's simply a politically motivated witch hunt against Trump.
Setting the stage early. Before I let you go, there was an armed individual. He attempted to breach an FBI field office in Cincinnati on Thursday. Now, we don't know what the motive is, but the timing is really interesting on this. What concerns you about an incident like this right now?
Unfortunately, this probably isn't going to be a one-off. These individuals are in far-right spaces online are actively calling for violence. They view this raid as a call to arms, and they're ready to stand up and take action. I was looking through the suspect in that case in Cincinnati that you mentioned. His name came out just a short while before I came to join you all this evening. And looking through his posting history on the Truth Social platform, he was actively calling for violence against FBI agents, including saying that FBI agents should be killed. He definitely seemed to view the Mar-a-Lago raid as a call to action.
Katie McCarthy, thank you so much for joining us today.